And from the campus of North High School in Phoenix, Arizona, welcome to the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series Age 7 group as the Arizona Tigers versus West Phoenix Savages. Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Anderson. 79 degrees. There are 9 consecutive ball games here today deciding these championships, and it ought to be an interesting day. Temperature 79 degrees. I'm Eric Anderson. Temperature expected to get to around 100 later on, so these guys will get some of the early playing in. West Phoenix, the Savages, are 8-0 and taking on Arizona Tigers. There'll be 4 10-minute quarters, 3 timeouts, continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of the half, and 8 minutes for halftime. So in the blue on that left side is West Phoenix, the Savages at 8-0, led by quarterback Ja'Kai Miles. They're going to try to pass the ball a little bit. This is mainly a running conference at this lower level, but West Phoenix, the Savages, will try to pass a little bit. And looking a little bit like Clemson, the dark uniforms with the orange of the Arizona Tigers. The coin toss had happened, but waiting to see what get things underway. Again, we are at the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series on APN Video. North High School down here in Phoenix, Arizona, so waiting for things to get underway. Again, here on the bottom side to the near side are the Arizona Tigers, looking a little bit like the Clemson Tigers in the black and the orange. And the other side, undefeated at 8-0 out of West Phoenix, the Savages, led by, again, number 12, Ja'Kai Miles. Quarterback for the Arizona Tigers, Dalen Moore. The coin toss had happened, but I guess we're waiting on the referees who are coming in from the left side. Again, 9 consecutive ball games today, and going over the rules again, there are 4 10-minute quarters, 3 timeouts, a continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of each half, and an 8-minute halftime. We're here at North High School in downtown Phoenix, 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. This is the Age 7 group. 79 degrees. Arizona Tigers, again in the black. Out of West Phoenix, the Savages in blue at 8-0. You're watching this bowl series on apnvideo.com, and well, as probably expected, things getting off to a little bit of a slow start as the referees coming in. They haven't got the scoreboard on yet, so early Sunday morning at 8 a.m., trying to get things underway. Again, this is the Age 7 youth. The Savages were 8-0 playing this spring in a lot of ball games. They're the champions. Each ball game, each of the 9 is for the championship, and this one of the Age 7 youth. Fortunately for these two teams, they'll get to play when it's a little bit cooler out, 79 degrees, expected to get to a high of 99 this afternoon. And these coaches, primarily, mainly, a lot of them are the fathers of the players, do a great job. Again, down here from the campus of North High School in downtown Phoenix, the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series on apnvideo.com. And again, just waiting for things to kind of get going as the referees came in a little bit late. The coin toss had already occurred. Some of the guys that will handle the ball, most likely, some of the running backs, the quarterbacks, big defenders on both sides. For the Tigers, the AZ Tigers, quarterback wearing number 2, Dalen Moore. Jordan Lazcano, who will wear number 5, one of the key running backs, as the team's heading out onto the field. So it'll be first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Again, in the blue, the out of West Phoenix, the Savages at 8-0. And in the black and the orange looking a lot like the Clemson Tigers, the AZ Tigers. So the Savages at 8-0, it appears they will get the ball first. Again, out of West Phoenix, the Savages 8-0. They are in the blue uniforms, and taking the field here from the near side in the black and the orange, the Arizona Tigers. Again, down here at North High School in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix, 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. This is age 7. And having won the toss, the Savages will have the ball first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Again, this is the age 7 youth category. Scheduled quarterback Ja'Kai Miles will be wearing number 12. They're going to try to throw the ball, will the Savages. This level, a lot of running will go on. They spread the field with 3 different running backs. Number 3, Kaiser Wilson, followed by number 6, Byron Brandon, and Dante Tyson will wear number 2. Savages won the toss in the blue uniforms. They're 8-0. And whoever wins this ball game, it decides the championship for the age 7 youth. Again, a continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of each half. A little bit of a slow start with the referees. 4 10-minute quarters, 3 timeouts. Continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of the first half. And an 8-minute halftime. 9 consecutive ball games today. Again, handling the ball first out of West Phoenix in the blue of the Savages at 8-0 on defense first. AZ Tigers. .79 degrees and trying to just get the things started as far as all the logistics of the ball game here. Trying to get the scoreboard going, and as expected, early Sunday morning, and trying to scramble a little bit the last second. Again, this is at the campus of North High School in downtown Phoenix, the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. This is the age 7 youth group, pitting the AZ Tigers in the dark uniforms, trimmed in the orange, looking like the Clemson Tigers, taking on 8-0 the Savages, wearing the blue out of West Phoenix.
I don't think it was on. I don't think it was screaming. Oh. Just keep going there.
So kind of waiting for things to get underway just a little bit. There are 4 10-minute quarters, 3 timeouts, a continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of each half. So first down and 10 for the Savages, who are at 8-0 from their own 20-yard line. And again, Ja'Kai Miles, wearing number 12, is the quarterback. A low snap, the ball is fumbled, he picks it up, and he is knocked down after a gain of 1 by Gabragorgas. Seth Gabragorgas on that one, a fumbled exchange there after Ja'Kai Miles of the Savages falling on that. He ended up picking up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Savages from their own 23-yard line. Just underway here from North High School, downtown Phoenix. Out of the shotgun, a handoff again over the left side, picking his way and getting to the outside and fighting close to the first down marker. And coming up from the bottom of that pile that time was Frankie Vasquez. So Savages using several running backs. Pickup of 4. He was gang tackled at the 27-yard line. It'll be third down and a long 3 for the Savages from their own 27. Again, just underway here, the age 7 youth category of the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. Third down and 3 for the Savages from their own 27-yard line. Just underway. Here's a snap. Kaiser hands off, going left, trying to get to the outside and doing it up the left sideline and finally tripped out near midfield. And a big run that time from Dante Tyson. So Dante Tyson getting to the outside and a big gain out to the 46-yard line. A little bit difficult to with this sun out here to decipher the hash marks and as well as the yard lines, but that is at the 46-yard line of the Savages. A 19-yard pickup for Dante Tyson. Again, the Savages at 8-0 out of West Phoenix, led by Ja'Kai Miles at quarterback. AZ Tigers in the dark uniforms. It's first down and 10 for the Savages from their own 46-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they hand off again. Going left is Dante Tyson. With blockers, he cuts it back and tripped up after a 4-yard pickup at midfield. Again, Gabra Gorgas on the tackle for the Tigers. They'll actually, credit him with about 4 yards. Clock showing 9:25 and ticking here in the opening quarter. Savages got the ball first. This drive started back at their own 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 for the Savages just over midfield. On defense for the Tigers, leading tacklers number 5, Jordan Lazcano, followed by brother Jojo Lazcano, Seth Gabragorgas, and Hovanek. Second down and 5 for the Savages just over midfield. Ja'Kai Miles is the quarterback, gets a snap, a handoff again over the left side with running room and close to a first down is Byron Brandon. And some extracurricular activity here on the near side. Gabragorgas again on that tackle. So Byron Brandon picking up the first down and a gain of 10. The Savages 8-0 on the season. We'll have it first down and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Arizona Tigers. 79 degrees, expected to get later on close to 100. First down and 10 for the Savages at the 40 of the Tigers. Savages will try to throw the ball just a bit. And another handoff going left is Dante Tyson trying to get to the outside. He is in trouble, but cuts it back and makes something out of nothing and actually picked up 10 yards on the play. Dante Tyson, who was trapped in the backfield, ended up running about 25 yards, picking up the 10 yards and a first down. They'll mark it down at the 30-yard line of the Tigers. Well, officially, they'll credit him with 9 yards. It'll be second down and 1 for the Savages at the 31 of the Tigers. Again, Savages 8-0. They are out of West Phoenix. Ja'Kai Miles is the quarterback wearing number 12. Dante Tyson checks out. Number 3, Kaiser Wilson, amongst those in the backfield. Byron Brandon also in the backfield. Second down and 1 for the Savages at the 31 of the Tigers. A delay inside and fighting his way for 5 yards. And picking up that first down is number 3, Kaiser Wilson. So Kaiser Wilson picking up 5 in the first down. The Savages first down and 10 just outside the 25-yard line of the Tigers. This drive started back at their own 20-yard line for the Savages out of West Phoenix at 8-0. Taking a lot of time off the clock, a continuous clock. 6.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, no score, and the Savages trying to win this age 7 youth category here at the National Youth Championship Bowl Series on APN Video. .com. First down and 10, Savages the 26-yard line. A reverse, a little bit of trickery Trying to cut to the outside as Byron Brandon has running room towards the near side. Spins off one tackler, stays on his feet. Finally drilled and knocked down right around the 19-yard line. Byron Brandon with a 10-yard pickup. And the Savages continue to march down the field. And you got to figure that the Tigers, the AZ Tigers, have to be getting a little bit tired as the Savages continue to push the ball downfield. Again, no score, but the Savages really making a mark early. It'll be first down and 10. Savages at the Tigers' 14-yard line. Again, continuous clock here in the opening quarter, 5:35 and ticking. The Savages with a whole trio of running backs that run very, very well. First down and 10, Savages at the 16-yard line of the Tigers. And a whistle is blown, and this is stopped. The handoff went to Kaiser Wilson, but a whistle, the first whistle and stoppage of play in the ball game. So a penalty marker here on the near side, and that'll be a false start on the offense, and the Savages facing a first down and 15 from the 19 of the Tigers. And you figure the Tigers have to be getting worn down a little bit. 4:41 and ticking here in the opening quarter. No score. First down and 15. Savages at the Tigers' 16-yard line. A low snap, and this is whistle dead once again. Ja'Kai Miles wearing number 12, the quarterback for the Savages, getting a low snap, but this play was whistle dead. It'll be another illegal motion against the Savages, costing them an additional 5 yards. It'll be first down and 20 for the Savages at the 24-yard line of the Tigers. The Savages have had the ball this entire first quarter. And a continuous clock, 4 minutes and ticking here in the opening quarter. Again, it is 4 10-minute quarters, 3 timeouts, continuous clock until the last 2 minutes of the first and second half, 8-minute halftime. First down and 20 for the Savages. Trying to win this championship, they are 8-0. First and 20, Savages. Low snap picked up by Miles. A handoff, and hit and dropped in the backfield is Byron Brandon. We do not have a full roster for the Arizona Tigers. I took a picture of the roster, but we're not mentioning the names of the ball players on the Tigers. We've just got a handful of the names, which unfortunate, but doing the best that we can. A loss of 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 23 for the Savages at the Tigers' 26-yard line. We do have the roster for the Savages, but again, the Tigers got a picture of it, but a little bit more difficult to keep track of their players. 3 minutes and ticking here in the opening quarter. No score. Savages have had the ball the entire first quarter, second down and 23. Savages out of West Phoenix at the 26-yard line. A handoff going right this time. Trying to get to the outside. Byron Brandon, but he is hit and dropped for a big loss back at the 36-yard line. A big hit that time by Seth Gabragorgas. One of his coaches is his dad, and Gabragorgas with a big stop on defense. And the Tigers, as Jeff says, the bend but don't break defense, turning it around here. The Savages had the ball first down and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Tigers, but the Tigers pushing back, and third down and a mile for the Savages back at the 35 of the Tigers. That is the 2-minute warning. The clock continues to tick, but we are within the 2-minute warning here in the first quarter. No score. And there is a timeout on the field, as well-needed water break for the Arizona Tigers, as well as the Savages. And we will switch ends. As far as the referees, their clock timing is different than the scoreboard timing, as I believe the scoreboard started a little bit late, so we will switch ends. That is the end of the opening quarter. No score. Savages have possessed the ball the entire time, And they are facing a third down and very, very long at the 35-yard line of the Tigers. You're watching the 2017 National Youth Championship on apnvideo.com, the age 7 group, the first of 9 ball games today. This is pitting the Arizona Tigers, wearing the black uniforms, kind of looking like the Clemson Tigers. And out of West Phoenix, the undefeated Savages at 8-0, wearing the blue uniforms. Now the referees have moved that ball to the other end, so the referees, the official clock, that is the end of the opening quarter. Scoreboard showing a minute 29, but we change ends. No score after 1 quarter. Again, 4 10-minute quarters. And it's going to be third down and 20 is what the chain gang is showing. To me, it looked like it was going to be a little bit further than that. So no score after 1 quarter. We change ends. No wind out here, so that doesn't affect any of the passing. There has not been a pass attempt yet. The Savages have held the ball for the entire ball game. No score as we start the second quarter. It's third down and 30 for the Savages at the 35-yard line of the Tigers. They need to get down inside the 5-yard line for a first down. Ja'Kai Miles is the quarterback. In motion goes Dante Tyson. And that's a direct snap to Kaiser Wilson, who is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. A nice hit on defense by number 50. I mentioned I just took a snapshot of the roster for the Arizona Tigers, but nothing really to work off. So I apologize not having the entire roster of names except for a handful in front of me for the Arizona Tigers. And on fourth down and long, in fact, this is going to be marked forward. So not quite sure what's going on. This ball is going to be marked down at the 4-yard line. To be honest, not quite sure what just occurred on that. It was third down and a mile. As some of these rules are new to all of us, but it appears then on downs that the Arizona Tigers will take over first down and 10 from their own 10-yard line. So if you're watching along, these aren't the NFL or college rules that we're all used to.
If they don't punt, if they punt, they just take it down to the 20-yard line.
So if they didn't punt, which they didn't, they'd take it at the 20, and this is marked at the 10. Thank you. So one of the rules here is if they don't punt it, they take it down to that 10-yard line. First down and 10 for the Arizona Tigers from their own 10-yard line. Here's the snap. Dalen Moore, the quarterback, and a handoff over the left side. Not much doing. Not much doing is that handoff went over the left side. Jordan Lezcano, one of the key running backs. That was number 8. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10. In fact, a loss of 1 back to the 9-yard line. Again, no score, continuous clock, 8 minutes and ticking here in the second quarter. First possession of the ball game for the Arizona Tigers, facing 2nd and 11 from their own 9-yard line. Dalen Moore gets the snap. Handoff going right. And slipping back is 15 for no gain. And a nice tackle on defense, solo tackle by Byron Brandon. So no gain on the play, maybe give him 1 at best. It'll be third down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 10-yard line. Continuous clock, 7:25 and ticking in the second quarter, no score. The Savages had the ball the entire first quarter, could not score. Again, number 2, Dalen Moore is the quarterback. On third down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 10-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Handoff going left is Jordan Lezcano trying to get to the outside. Has running room. Has a first down and more. And finally shoved out of bounds after a big gain on the far side. And it was Byron Brandon making the stop, but it was Jordan Lescano with a big run around the left side for the Tigers. They're going to mark him out right around the 23-yard line. And a gain of 13. 6:35 and ticking here in the first half. No score. Jordan Lescano giving the Tigers some breathing room. First down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 23. Dalen Moore out of the shotgun, a low snap. The ball pops loose, and it is recovered by the Tigers. It'll be a loss of 1 back to the 25-yard line. In fact, it was a 17-yard run officially by Jordan Lescano on that prior run. Second down and 12 for the Tigers from their own 25. Just under 6 minutes remaining in this opening half. No score. Dalen Moore goes out of the shotgun for the Tigers. He's going to take it himself, racing to the outside and cut down after a very short gain. Nice tackle by Amarius Griffin. So Griffin with a nice tackle that could have been a very, very big run for Dalen Moore. A gain of 2 on the quarterback keeper for Dalen Moore. It'll bring up third down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 23-yard line. Again, with this sun, looking to the sun into the east, a little bit difficult to pick out the yard lines and whatnot. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the opening quarter. No score and offside on that right side of the defensive line for the Savages. But now they're going to let him get back in position. And a timeout is called for the Arizona Tigers, their first one. Again, they get 3, just like college or the pros, but 3 timeouts each. Continuous running clock. 4 10-minute quarters till that 2-minute warning, and then clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. 4:54 remaining in this second quarter, no score. So the Tigers having to burn their first timeout. It is third down and 8 for the Arizona Tigers. From their own 28-yard line. Again, difficult looking into this sun to pick out the yard lines at times. Ball rests at the 28 of the Tigers. They need to get out to the 36. It'll be third down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 28-yard line. Again, no score. The first timeout called of the ball game for the Tigers. 4:54 remaining. No score. Third down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 28. Dalen Moore will go out of the shotgun. In motion, Jordan Lescano. They try the reverse. Ball pops loose, and I believe falling on at number 15 for the Tigers. That was a close one. The Savages nearly recovering that fumble. It'll be a loss of 3. Fourth down and 11 for the Tigers from their own 25. And if the rules here, and I'm just learning them myself, rather than actually doing a physical punt, if the team, and at this level, when you're 7 years old, punting could be very challenging. Be challenging even for the pros. But if the offensive team has fourth down and they choose not to physically punt, they move that ball down, I guess it's 30 yards. So this will be marked at midfield. And that seems like the right amount of distance that you would give for a punter. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Savages at midfield. Again, the Savages in blue, Arizona Tigers in the black. 4:09 remaining in the opening half, no score. There'll be an 8-minute halftime. The Savages had the ball the entire first quarter, and they moved it well deep into the Tigers' territory, but could not score. They were forced to punt. Some good defense for the Tigers. And taking over for their second possession, the Savages at 8-0, first down and 10 from midfield. Again, continuous clock, 4:09 remaining in the first half, no score. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun. A high snap, a handoff in the backfield. This ball pops loose, and it is recovered by JoJo Lescano of the Tigers. It'll be Arizona Tigers ball. A high snap, and I believe Dante Tyson got that carry, couldn't hold on to it. And JoJo Lezcano of the Arizona Tigers recovering that, and that is a big turnover for the Savages. It'll be great field position for the Tigers. First down and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Savages. So the first turnover of the ball game. JoJo Lezcano recovering that fumble after the high snap to Ja'Kai Miles. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at the 43 of the Savages. Again, remember the Savages out of West Phoenix 8-0. Dalen Moore will go out of the shotgun. And a handoff going right, 15, trying to get to the outside. Pretty good defense, but slithers down. And a big hit over here on the near side by Dante Tyson, but not until an 8-yard pickup, and we've got an injured ball player. So number 15, the running back that picked up the 8 yards, and I'm going to have to, in fact, look up on my phone to see who 15 is, as we weren't able to get an actual roster. Xavier White, number 15, the injured ball player. So Xavier White getting popped that time. It's on my phone. So Xavier White, that was the injured ball player. They said that White stepped out at the 38-yard line. Credit him with a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 6 for the Tigers from the 38. Play action inside. This is Dalen Moore taking himself, and he's close to the first down marker and down to the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 for the elusive Dalen Moore of the Tigers. This all coming after the fumble recovery by JoJo Lezcano. Again, the continuous clock, 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half, no score. It is first down and 10 for the Tigers at the 31 of the Savages. Savages have not lost all season long. Dalen Moore will go out of the shotgun. And a handoff, this is Jordan Lezcano going left, cuts it back, and he is drilled and taken down after a gain of 1 by Byron Brandon. Some good gang tackling on that far side, led by Byron Brandon as well as Dante Tyson. That is the 2-minute warning as the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And a well-needed water break. A gain of 1 on that play for the Tigers. It is second down and 9. Tigers at the 30-yard line of the Savages. The Savages had the ball the entire first quarter, could not score after some good defense from the Arizona Tigers. And the Tigers now possessing the ball in good field position at the Savages 30 after a fumble recovery by JoJo Lezcano. So 2 minutes remaining in that first half, no score. There'll be an 8-minute halftime break. Second down and 8 for the Tigers at the Savages 30-yard line. Dalen Moore will go out of the shotgun. A low snap. They pitch it going right. Trying to get to the outside, number 8. And he is ridden down after a short gain. Again, that was Byron Brandon, who's been all over the field. Trying to work on that roster for the Arizona Tigers. We have a handful of the names, not a physical roster. I did take a picture of their roster, and hopefully we'll be working on that and getting it down a little bit better. A timeout is called for the Tigers. Their second of the half with 1:36 remaining in this first half. No score. Again, this great field position for the Tigers, all set up on the fumble recovery by JoJo Lezcano. The prior run was a gain of 5. It'll be third down and 4. Thank you for that. We got the roster updated. Jeff Lowry working very hard here this afternoon. 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers at the 30, or I should say the 26-yard line of the Savages. And out of the shotgun, not much doing that time. It was a quarterback keeper by Dalen Moore. And a timeout is called for the Savages. And a little bit too far for a field goal at age 7. It would go from 40 yards, but I'd imagine on 4th down and 5, obviously the Tigers will go for it. 1:17 remaining in this first half. No score. This great field position all set up for the Tigers on a fumble recovery by JoJo Lezcano. A lot of the players for the Tigers have changed some of the uniform numbers, so if something isn't called exactly correctly, we apologize for that. 4th down and 5 for the Tigers at the 27-yard line of the Savages. Dalen Moore will go out of the shotgun. Play action, he's going to go to the air, fires deep down the middle of the field. This ball is caught. And this is Jordan Lezcano into the end zone for a touchdown. It is 6-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers. just pick up. So 6-0 in favor of the Tigers. A 27-yard pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano, and that's fun to see, particularly at this age 7 level. So the Tigers leading at 6-0, a minute and 8 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Jordan Lezcano getting deep down the middle of the field, beating the secondary, and scored in that 23-yard pass. And they will go for the 1-point conversion. I believe at some of the younger ages, it's if you try to kick it, it's for 2 points. If you try to run it, you get 1. So the conversion for the Savages, or I should say for the Tigers, trying to make it a 7-0 lead. Man goes in motion, a high snap, keeping himself as Dalen Moore, and he is into the end zone for the conversion. And if I remember correctly again, it is a 1-point conversion if you run it in.
Run or pass is 1. If they kick it, it's 2.
So it is a 1-point conversion. Kicking at this level is tougher, so it is a 1-point conversion. Dalen Moore taking it himself. 45 seconds remaining in this first half, 7-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers. 23-yard pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano. Moore took the conversion, and no kickoffs. Savages will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They held the ball the entire first quarter, could not score. That 23-yard touchdown pass from Moore to Lezcano was set up on the fumble recovery by JoJo Lezcano. So with 45.8 seconds remaining in this first half, it is 7-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers. Savages wearing the blue. Tigers in the black uniforms looking kind of a little bit like Clemson. Savages have not lost on the season. They're 8-0. So 1st down and 10 for the Savages from their own 20-yard line. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun. Here's a reverse. This is Dante Tyson picking it back inside, and he has stood up and driven back. Jojo Lezcano on the tackle that time. In fact, a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Savages from their own 30-yard line. And they called their second timeout, as it is a continuous clock, but it's not running right now. Second down and 11 for the Savages from their own 19-yard line. They trail it 7-0 here. 32.9 seconds remaining in this first half. Coaching staffs for both teams, primarily the fathers of the players. Ja'Kai Miles, the quarterback, wearing number 12 for the Savages. And I notice they are allowed a parent to be out on the field to make sure that they're in the right positions. Dante Tyson in the backfield, 2nd down and 11. Ja'Kai Miles looked to throw. Fired, and it's complete to the 26-yard line. Byron Brandon, number 6, has done a fantastic job today. The clock continues to tick, hurrying to the line on a 3rd down and 5 from their own 25-yard line. The Savages trying to get off one final play here in the first half. Going to try to spike the ball, and spiking it, Ja'Kai Miles with 5.8 seconds remaining in the half. 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Tigers got a fumble recovery from Jojo Lezcano, and then Dalen Moore hit brother Jordan Lezcano on a 23-yard touchdown pass. And that runs the clock out for the half. Not quite sure what happened there. The coaches for the Savages not really happy with that, talking with the officials. But it looks like it will stand as far as that clock running out. I believe there may have been a false start on the Savages, and that took the time off the clock. So it is halftime here at North High School in downtown Phoenix. The Arizona Tigers leading 7-0 over the Savages out of West Phoenix on a 7-yard touchdown, 23-yard touchdown pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano. We will take a brief timeout here in the action. We'll just keep a shot of the scoreboard here, and back in approximately 8 minutes. I'm Eric Anderson. Thanks for tuning in. APN Video Sports hosting the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. This is the Age 7 Youth, as the Arizona Tigers leading the undefeated Savages out of West Phoenix by a score of 7-0. And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with you. We start the second half. It is 7-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers after a 23-yard touchdown pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano. First down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 20-yard line. Handoff going right, breaking into the secondary and out towards the 24-yard line. Getting the carry that time was number 1, Irvi Quijada. And one thing I have to say, if that is a misidentification, a lot of the numbers, they've done a lot of changing on both squads. Players not necessarily wearing the right uniform, but Quijada getting that carry, according to the roster, and a pickup of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers from their own 24-yard line. Dalen Moore out of the shotgun, a handoff going left, and in the backfield, Jordan Lezcano being hit and dropped for a loss. A big hit on defense that time. And coming up from the bottom of that pile was Dante Tyson with an assist of a couple of his teammates. So Tyson coming up from the bottom of that pile, and a big hit and a loss of 5 on the play. Again, a continuous clock here, and it is approaching 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers. The Tigers are the ball first here in the second half. They're facing a 3rd down and 11 from their own 19-yard line. Dalen Moore will work out of the shotgun. They've attempted one pass, and Moore is going to take it himself, scoots ahead, has running room, and he's going to be shy of the first down after a pickup of 8. He needed to get out to the 30-yard line, taken down by Devin Taylor, I should say, wearing number 1. They needed a gain of 11. He picked up 7. It'll be 4th down and 4, and the way here with the 7-year-old youth teams, with the punting, they'll decide, well, we're just going to either go for it or we will punt, and then it is they give him what I guess to be a 30-yard punt. But the Tigers will go for it on 4th down and 3 from their own 27-yard line. So the Tigers taking a gamble here, more out of the shotgun. And a false start on that left side of the line. It was JoJo Lezcano who had that big fumble recovery. He had a false start on that left side of the line. And the coaches here on the near side for the Arizona Tigers not happy with that call. Not an easy job being a referee at any level at all, but the younger the kids get, the parents seem to get even a little bit more mad, and these referees getting some flack by the entire coaching staff of the Tigers. And they'll try to sort this out. Of course, the referees are not professional. They're not NFL referees. The NFL referees get enough grief themselves, but these umpire referees getting a lot of grief for that call. It was a false start on the tight end, JoJo Lezcano. And it's going to be an election to punt the ball. Rather than physically punting it, it's marked off as 30 yards. So the Tigers were going to gamble and go for it. But after the false start on the left side by JoJo Lezcano, they elected to punt. And again, rather than the physical punt, they just moved the ball up 30 yards. 7:53 remaining in the third quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Again, the Tigers in the black uniforms. Savages in the blue. They're undefeated at 8-0 out of West Phoenix. It'll be good field position for the Savages. First down and 10 just inside the 48-yard line of the Tigers. Ja'Kai Miles, the quarterback for the Savages. Tried throwing. He gets the snap. A handoff going straight ahead. And picking up about 5 yards. An extra push inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. And a nice gain inside for the Savages. Savages possessed the ball the entire first quarter. Couldn't score after some good defense for the Tigers. Continuous clock, 7 minutes and ticking here in the third quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. Savages second down. We'll call it 6 at the 43-yard line of the Tigers. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun. In motion, Byron Brandon. And in trouble, being knocked down well into the backfield is the quarterback Miles. Again, JoJo Lezcano, number 29, with a big ball game and a sack on that play. It's an 8-yard loss on the play. JoJo Lezcano, who had the fumble recovery in that first half, setting up the touchdown pass from Dalen Moore to the brother of JoJo, Jordan Lezcano. 23 yards. So a loss of 8. Third down and 12 for the Savages back at the 49 of the Tigers. Here's a snap. Miles taking himself, has an alley, breaks it into the secondary, and he's knocked down shy of the first down marker. Tremendous open field tackle that time by Irvi Quijada. And again, some of these numbers, they've changed some uniforms and whatnot, but we have number 1 is Quijada. That wasn't Irvy. Whoever's wearing number 1, it was a tremendous saving tackle. A gain of 10. Miles needed 11, and the Savages will go for it on 4th down and 1 at the 39 of the Tigers. Tigers leading at 7-0, 5:20 and ticking here in the third quarter. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun, and a penalty marker comes in. It was a direct snap that time to Kaiser Wilson, but it was going to be illegal motion against the Savages, and that play whistled dead before it could get underway, and that brings some clapping and some high fives here on the near side in the Tigers bench. So rather than 4th down and 2, the Savages facing a 4th down and 7 at the just outside the 43, we'll call it the 44 of the Tigers. Again, the Savages will go for it on 4th down and 7, just inside the 43 of the Tigers. Again, continuous clock, 5:10 and ticking in the third quarter. Tigers leading at 7-0 on a 23-yard touchdown pass from Moore to Jordan Lezcano. 4th down and 7 for the Savages at the 44 of the Tigers. Miles going to take it himself, showing some good running room, breaks it to the outside, has the first down and more. Miles all the way down close to the 20-yard line. Ja'Kai Miles on 4th down with a big conversion. And a gain on the play of 22 yards. That kid's got a big future. Ja'Kai Miles, quarterback for the Savages, picking up a 4th down and 7, needing 7 and getting 22. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Savages, who are undefeated at 8-0 out of West Phoenix, the 22-yard line. Miles gets a snap, a handoff inside. Penalty marker comes in. And darting and dancing ahead and coming up a little bit lame, the ball carrier Kaiser Wilson. So a penalty marker here on the near side, and that run will not count. Be a false start against the Savages. 4:07 remaining in the third quarter, 7-0 in favor of the Arizona Tigers. It'll be 1st down. And, well, depending on where they're going to spot this, the ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line. Savages need right around the 11 for a 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 20. Savages at the 31 of the Tigers. Again, the Savages had the ball the entire first quarter, could not score. Some good defense by the Tigers. 1st and 20 for the Savages at the 31 of the Tigers. Tigers leading 7-0, 3:40 and ticking in the third quarter. High snap, a handoff. This is Dante Tyson trying to get to the outside. And he is ridden out of bounds by Jordan Lezcano. Jordan Lezcano and his brother JoJo Lezcano teaming up on some good defense. A loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 23 for the Savages at the Tigers' 34-yard line. So the Tigers coming up big on defense if you throw the penalty in also, but the Tigers in that second quarter, after the Savages had the ball the entire first quarter, Tigers bend but didn't break defense, came up big. 2nd and 23 for the Savages at the 34 of the Tigers. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun and heading a little bit quick towards the line of scrimmage, Byron Brandon, but they didn't call a flag on that. Miles in trouble here, and he picked up maybe a yard at best back to down to the 33-yard line. Leading the charge that time was, they have him listed as Jordan Lezcano, but Jordan is wearing number 5, so it was number 8 that time on that tackle. The original roster had JoJo Lezcano wearing number 3, but he's in fact wearing 29. Jordan wearing number 5, not number 8. Nevertheless, the Lezcanos having a great afternoon or early morning for the Tigers. A gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 21 for the Savages at the 32 of the Tigers. They need to get down to around the 12-yard line for a first down. 2:20 and ticking in this third quarter, 7-0 Tigers. Ja'Kai Miles, a handoff over the left side. This is Byron Brandon. Pounds his way down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 8, but he needed 21. But imagine on 4th down, the Savages will go for it, trailing 7-0, and the 2-minute warning, and the clock stops at 2 minutes. It'll be 4th down and 13 for the Savages at the 25-yard line of the Tigers. Again, Tigers leading 7-0, a minute 45 and ticking in this third quarter. Savages are 8-0 on the season, undefeated. This is for the championship of the 7 youth category in the 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series. 9 consecutive ball games. Savages obviously will go on 4th down and 13 at the 25 of the Tigers. Ja'Kai Miles will go out of the shotgun. A delay inside, and they're not going to get it. They handed it off to Dante Tyson, and he was stood up and driven back. Damon Mata, Jojo Lezcano. Again, the Lezcanos have had a tremendous early morning. So the Tigers come up big again and stop the Savages, and the ball is turned over on downs to the Tigers. They'll have it 1st down and 10 from their own 24. Tigers leading 7-0, and this will be just about the end of the third quarter, 35 seconds and ticking as we have the continuous clock. Tigers scoring the only touch to the ball game near the end of that opening half, 23-yard touchdown pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 24. Quarterback keeper over the left side with a little bit of a hole. Dalen Moore will take it out over the 25-yard line to the 26, and that ought to do it here for the third quarter. A gain of 3 for the quarterback, Dalen Moore. And that'll be the end of the third quarter with a 7-0 lead in favor of the Arizona Tigers, trying to knock off the undefeated Savages, who are 8-0 out of West Phoenix. Take a very short break in the action. We'll have the final 10 minutes of this age 7 youth group football here at North High School, downtown Phoenix, Arizona. And just a short break in the action before we start the final 10 minutes of play. It is 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. So the final 10 minutes of play here at North High School, downtown Phoenix. The Arizona Tigers 7-0 over the undefeated Savages, who are out of West Phoenix. Difference in the ball game after a fumble recovery by Jojo Lezcano of the Tigers. Dalen Moore hit Jordan Lezcano on a 23-yard touchdown pass. Had the conversion for 1 point. 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers, just over their own 25-yard line. In motion goes Jordan Lezcano. Dalen Moore to the shotgun. A handoff with a huge hole straight ahead, and piling ahead out to the 30-yard line. They've got him listed as number 8, Jordan Lezcano, but Jordan, I was told, wearing number 5, so some issues with the jersey numbers, but the main thing, the bottom line, is who wins or loses the ball game. Nobody gets hurt. And right now, that continuous clock, 9.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter, is 7-0 Tigers. Tigers facing a 3rd down and 3 from their own 30-yard line. Dalen Moore out of the shotgun. Jordan Lezcano gets it on the reverse, breaks it to the outside. A penalty marker comes in, and this play will be whistled dead. And I'd imagine this penalty, and it will go against the Tigers. Legal motion will cost them 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Back of their own 25-yard line. Tigers leading at 7-0. 9 minutes and ticking in the 4th quarter. Age 7 Youth 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series on apnvideo.com. 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 25. Out of the shotgun is Dalen Moore. Moore is going to take it himself, has a hole, breaks it to the outside. He's going to be close to the first down, took on one defender, and he's going to be close to the first down. And the man who made the hit came up a little bit lame for a second, Byron Brandon, and this is going to be close. It all depends on the spot. Byron Brandon came in and made a high hit and came up a little bit dazed for a second, but appears to be all right. Dalen Moore needed 8 yards, and he was very close to it. It all depends on this spot. And a timeout is called with 8:23 remaining in this 4th quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Tigers, and appears the Tigers will be facing 4th down and inches from their own 33-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and inches for the Tigers from their own 28-yard line. Or check that, I should say the 33. Again, I apologize. Looking into the sun, it's a little bit difficult with the lines of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down and inches, Tigers from their own 33. And an official's timeout, I imagine this will be for a measurement, just under 8 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, 7-0 Tigers. Again, they scored on the 23-yard touchdown pass from Dalen Moore to Jordan Lezcano. The Savages in blue have not lost a ball game this season. They are 8-0, so the Arizona Tigers trying to knock them off. I guess no measurement. It will be 4th down and inches for the Tigers. Well, here we go. Here will be the measurement, and I guess the Tigers didn't get that message. So they'll go back and huddle up again. Biggest and only measurement of the ball game so far. It's going to be close, and it is a 1st down for the Tigers. Well, let's just wait and see. It's not official yet. It is a 1st down for the Tigers, and that'll go a long way, potentially, towards helping them win this ball game. Tigers leading 7-0, 7:58 remaining in this 4th quarter. Again, a continuous clock. The clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Both teams with 3 timeouts. So a 1st down, move the chains. Tigers 1st down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Dalen Moore will work out of the shotgun. And a delay to Jordan Lezcano going left. He is hit and gang tackled in the backfield, and a big loss of 5 on the play. Hervey Quijada coming over and making the stop, number 1. Mentioned, though, reserve the right to get possibly incorrect names sometimes. I know that they have changed a lot of the uniform numbers, and particularly the Lezcanos, those numbers were off. But I should correct myself. It was Devin Taylor on the tackle for the Savages. So Devin Taylor on that stop of 6 yards and a 6-yard loss, 2nd down and 16. Give it to Jordan Lezcano. They faked it to Lezcano, and going to his right with a big gain. That time was Dalen Moore before he was drilled by Kaiser Wilson. And Dalen Moore getting back to the original line of scrimmage plus a couple more. A gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers from their own 34-yard line. Again, the continuous clock, 6.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, 7-0 Tigers. Tigers facing a 3rd down and 9 from their own 34-yard line. Third down and 9. Dalen Moore to the shotgun. A handoff going right, trying to get to the outside, and drilled for no gain right around the 34-yard line. The handoff was to number 20, and that is not on the roster. And a big hit on defense that time by Amarius Griffin. He shaken up just a little bit. Looks like he's going to head to the sideline. And Frankie Vasquez will come in to replace him. No gain on the play. In fact, maybe a loss of a half yard. It'll be 4th down and 9 for the Tigers from their own 33. Again, continuous clock, 5.5 minutes and ticking in the fourth quarter, 7-0 Tigers. Let's see if the Tigers, I'd imagine they're going to try to run that clock, but also I would think they would allow or elect to punt. And again, no physical punting. A timeout is called for the Tigers with 5:14 remaining in this fourth quarter. Tigers leading 7-0, and they will punt it away. There's no physical punts. They'll mark off 30 yards for the 7-year-olds. Getting a 30-yard net punt would in fact be, you have to kick that ball about 45 yards. So the Tigers punted away, again, non-physical punt, and the Tigers' defense has been very good all afternoon. So it is a 30-yard punt in this 7 youth age. The Savages of West Phoenix had the ball the entire first quarter. They marched it deep into the Tigers' territory, but the Tigers showing great defense, and they're going to need it again right here to pull out this win. Tigers leading 7-0, continuous clock, 4:50 and ticking in the fourth quarter. Of course, the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. The Savages 1st down and 10 from their own 38-yard line. They're undefeated on the season at 8-0. Tigers scored the only touchdown of the ball game, a 23-yard touchdown pass from Moore to Jordan Lezcano. So the Savages, if they want to stay undefeated, will need to go 63 yards and a 2-point conversion, which would be a kick. But 1 point would be. They're going to reset the clock to 5:14 as the Savages had called timeout. Tigers leading 7-0. Savages 1st down and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Ja'Kai Miles, the quarterback for the Savages, will try to make something happen. And a handoff going right and cutting ahead out to the 40-yard line, a 2-yard gain for the Savages. And they've used a stable of running backs. Josiah Carruthers appeared to get that carry that time. Or I should say there's 2 number 2s. I apologize. Dante Tyson also wearing number 2 for the Savages. 2nd down and 8 for the Savages from their own 40-yard line. They trail it 7-0, 4:35 and ticking in the fourth quarter. Ja'Kai Miles will work out of the shotgun. And he will toss it. A man wide open. This ball is complete. It is a foot race all the way down. It is Byron Brandon. He will go all the way for a touchdown. Goes for 60 yards. Wide open was Brandon. It is now 7-6, and the Savages within a point with 4:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. A 60-yard touchdown pass from Miles to Byron Brandon. It is now 7-6. Tigers hanging on by a point. Remember, if they decide to kick the extra point, they get 2 points. If they try to run it in or pass it in, it is 1 point. So the Tigers and their fans yelling defense as they will try to stop this conversion. The clock continues to tick at 3:40 and ticking in the fourth quarter. It is 7-6 Tigers. Savages, if they elect to kick it, it will be a 2-point conversion, which would be tough for 7-year-olds, but let's see if they try to do it. If they run or pass it in, it will tie the ball game. If they get in, it'll be for 1 point. The Savages will go for 1. They trail it 7-6, 3:13 and ticking. Miles hands off inside, and they did not get it. JoJo Lezcano with a huge stop on defense. They hand it off to Kaiser Wilson, and JoJo Lezcano has been the king of the defense this afternoon, wearing number 29. Fumble recovery and a couple of huge stops on defense, and that right there may be the play of the ball game. And a timeout is called for the Savages. 2:46 remaining in this fourth quarter, and the Savages cannot convert the 1-point conversion thanks to the big defensive stop of JoJo Lezcano. 2:46 remaining in this fourth quarter, 7-6 Tigers. And the Tigers will take over first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. The clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. The Savages with just one timeout remaining. The Tigers will try to run this clock out. Again, 2:46 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers hanging on to a 7-6 lead. JoJo Lezcano for the Tigers has had a tremendous early morning on defense. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 22-yard line. Dalen Moore will be the quarterback and work out of the shotgun. Handoff, this is Jordan Lezcano with a gain of about close to 5 out to the 25-yard line. Hit and drop by Zeus Vasquez. 2:30 and ticking in the fourth quarter, 7-6 Tigers. The clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. It'll be second down and a long 5 for the Tigers, just shy of their own 25-yard line. Clock is stopped at 2:29 remaining in the fourth quarter as the timeout is called. They reset the clock to 2:48 here in the fourth quarter. 7-6 Tigers. Second down and 6 Tigers from their own 24. Handoff to Jordan Lezcano inside. He is hit and dropped immediately for a very short game. That time Devin Taylor with the stop. Approaching 2:30 and ticking in the fourth quarter. 7-6 Tigers. And this is a big 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers from their own 25-yard line. Biggest play of the ball game to this point, other than that the 1-point conversion try that came up empty for the Savages. 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers from their own 25-yard line. Moore out of the shotgun. He's going to take it himself. Bootleg to the left side. Slithers through a couple tacklers, but he's going to come up short. He picked up close to 4 yards. He needed 5. Taken down by Zeus Vasquez on that right side. They're officially going to credit Dalen Moore with a 3-yard pickup. Of course, he needed 5. It'll be 4th down and 2. And a minute 57 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The clock gets started again. 7-6 Tigers. See what they do. 4th down and 2 for the Tigers from their own 28. I would think that they would let the clock run and then punt it away, but they're going to go for it. 4th down and 2 for the Tigers from their own 28-yard line. A gutsy play if they get the first down. Well, now a timeout is called by the Tigers, and that was just good clock management by their coaching staff. Clock stops with a minute 35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tigers in the black. They lead at 7-6. And imagine on 4th down and 2, they will elect to punt it away. Not physically punting, but that was some good clock management by the coaches of the Tigers. You certainly would not want to come up short and not get that first down deep in your own territory. So with 1:35 remaining in the ball game, it is 7-6 Tigers. The Savages, after that 30-yard punt, and I put that in quotation marks, they marked the ball 30 yards back. It'll be first down and 10 for the Savages from their own 47-yard line. Well, we know that Ja'Kai Miles can throw. He hit Byron Brandon on a 60-yard touchdown pass on the prior possession. The point after was failed due to a great tackle on defense by JoJo Lezcano of the Tigers. But pretty good, decent field position for the Savages. First down and 10 from their own 47. They trail it 7-6, 1:35 remaining in this ball game. Tigers got 7-0 lead late in the first half. A 23-yard touchdown pass some more to Jordan Lezcano. First down and 10 for the Savages from their own 47. They trail it 7-6, 1:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Play action, Miles throws here to the near side. This is complete, and it is grabbed here on this near flat by Byron Brandon at the 36-yard line, and a potential touchdown-saving tackle made over here on the near side by number 21, and he comes up a little bit lame. We don't have a 21 on the roster that we've got over here for the Tigers, but 21 making a touchdown-saving tackle, maybe saving the ball game for the Tigers. It was a gain on the play of 21 yards. And the clock starts again with 1:10 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 for the Savages at the 36 of the Tigers. Tigers holding on to a 7-6 lead. Ja'Kai Miles out of the shotgun. Play action. He'll look to throw again. Fires to the far side. This ball is picked off by the Tigers. It is picked off by the Tigers. Making that catch, Damon Mata. They've got Mata as number 2, but I would guess that would be Dalen Moore. Wearing number 2, he mentioned that the uniform number is mixed up at times, and I would guess making that catch would be Dalen Moore, the quarterback. Dalen Moore intercepting that ball on defense. That is my best guess. And that ought to do it, as the Tigers leading 7-6, 45.7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Ja'Kai Miles, who completed a touchdown pass earlier, has it picked off by Dalen Moore. It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers back of their own 16-yard line. So Dalen Moore, a great day at quarterback, and also intercepting that last pass. He will just take a knee. And that clock will run out, and the Arizona Tigers will win this 2017 National Youth Championship Bowl Series, the age 7 youth group, by a score of 7-6. Presented by Urban Elite Athletic, the All-American Games, U.S. Army, All-American Bowl, APN Video Sports, BFU, Youth 1, National Youth Championship Bowl Series, Arizona. By Reform. So a 1-point win, 7-6. The Arizona Tigers winning this age 7 youth championship, 7-6. JoJo Lezcano making the big stop on that 1-point conversion try for the Savages. The Savages will end the season at 8-1. The Tigers winning this championship score by a score of 7-6. I'm Eric Anderson. So long.